one of the good Muslims suggested that I do something. So I quickly pulled together a benefit for us. I want to talk about with you a little bit about the Islamic months and the Islamic calendar. Usually they call in Arabic history tarikh. The Arabic word for history is tarikh. And they say tarikh. And usually that's going to translate as history. The original letters for this are Hamza, Ra, Kha. So you say Al-Raha. Al-Raha. That's past tense verb. It means to date. To date. Al-Raha. According to the dictionary Al-Maqayis, he says it is a word that has been heard. However, it is not originally Arabic. And in the dictionary Al-Misbah, he says it was said to be Arabic. So, according to the dictionary Al-Misbah al-Munir, what made the Muslims establish dating in the first generation was that Umar ibn al-Khattab had a document on which it was written until Sha'ban, the month of Sha'ban. So he said, is that last Sha'ban or next Sha'ban? Thus he commanded for dating to begin. The companions agreed that it should be marked from the Prophet's immigration to Al Madinah, meaning this calendar that they're going to innovate, it's going to start year one, yani, will be from the Prophet's immigration. Although they deliberated about that at first. So some said, let's make it from when the Prophet was born. Some said, let's make it from when the Prophet died. Some said, let's make it from when the Prophet got revelation. And Omar said, let's make it from the immigration. And then they settled on that. And they made the first month Muharram. He says the dates are counted by the nights. Yani, the night comes before the day. What starts the new day is Maghrib, sunset. The dates are counted by the nights because the Arabs considered that the night precedes the day. This is because they were generally illiterate and did not perfect other people's methods of calculation. So they relied upon the appearance of the crescent, yani something that everyone can read, which only appears at night. Therefore, they made it the reference for tracking the date. So, and how many days is such a month? This is a lunar month. It's following the crescent. How many days would such a month be? As you know, it would be 29 days or 30 days. So I have here, if you can see my screen, insha'Allah ta'ala, the names of the months. Let's talk a little bit about them, insha'Allah ta'ala. So there are 12 of them. These are lunar months, not solar months. Lunar means in reference to the moon. Solar means in reference to the sun. So the common calendar, which is January, February, March, etc., that's a solar calendar. Those are solar months. Those months go by the sun. When you go that way, then the months always fall in particular seasons. So January is winter, and July is summer, and October is fall, autumn, yani. April is spring. Except that, as you know, there's a leap year in February. So after every few years, they have to adjust the count to keep it on track. The Islamic calendar is a lunar calendar. So that means it's not following the sun, it's following the moon. Since it's following the moon, then the months and the seasons do not line up. These lunar months are 29 days or 30 days. Those solar months are how many? 30 days or 31 days, except February, which is 28 or 29. Lunar calendar, 29 or 30. Solar calendar, 30 or 31, except February. How do you know if it's 29 days or 30 days? As you know, you're going to observe the crescent. You said, did I say lunar doesn't match up with the season? That's correct. That's why some 20 years ago, I fasted Ramadan in the winter. Now we're fasting Ramadan in what? Spring? So what are these months here? They are Muharram, Safar, and you're taking notes, and then you're going to memorize that, and you're going to know that tomorrow, inshallah, and me too, inshallah. And you're going to know that tomorrow, and knowing these months is a communal obligation, a communal obligation. So you can correct your intention, memorize them to fulfill an obligation and get a high reward. So these months are Muharram, Safar, Rabi' al-Awwal, Rabi' al-Thani, Jumada al-Awwal or al-Ula, Jumada al-Ula, and Jumada al-Thaniya or al-Thani, and Rajab, Sha'ban, Ramadan, Shawwal, Dhul Qa'dah, and Dhul Hijjah. So let's see what we know here. What do we have? So the first one is Muharram. That's the first month. And let me ask you, is there anything special about Muharram? Anyone remember? Ashura, the 10th of Muharram. We're talking here about the calendar, right? So, like, we want to find some days we know or some events or something related to calendar. So, yes, Ashura, Sunnah to fast on Ashura, and the Sunnah to fast on the 9th too. The 9th and the 10th, and according to Ash-Shafi'i, the 11th too. And the second month is Safar. Third month is called Rabi' al-Awwal. Rabi', that's a masculine name. Like you might know a man named Rabi'. So that's the name of the month. Like imagine if a month his name was John. So this month his name is Rabi' al-Awwal, the first Rabi'. And then there's Rabi' al-Thani, the second Rabi'. Anyone remember anything special about Rabi' al-Awwal, the first Rabi'? It's the month in which the Prophet was born, alayhi salatu wassalam. That's correct. Now, the exact day is not a matter of consensus, other than it being a Monday. I mean, the number, the date of the day, that's not an ijma'. It's confirmed that it was a Monday, and it's confirmed that it's Rabi' al-Awwal, alayhi salatu wassalam. And then you have Jumada. Jumada, that's a name. Yani, that's a name. That's a alam. I mean, you say Jumada al-Ula, that's feminine. The first Jumada. Jumada al-Thaniya, that's feminine. The second Jumada. But it's also said Jumada al-Awwal, the first, but Awwal is masculine. The first Jumada and the second Jumada. Then you have Rajab, the month of Rajab. Anyone recall anything special about the month of Rajab? Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj. No. Then you have Sha'ban. You know Sha'ban. That's the month before Ramadan. Don't forget that there is a judgment about fasting Sha'ban before Ramadan. It's not permissible to fast the last half of the month of Sha'ban unless you have an excuse. We don't have to go into the details of that. Just as a reminder for you, so there's a rule there. Ramadan, you know Ramadan, that's the greatest month, the month of fasting. Then after Ramadan is Shawwal, the month of Shawwal. Anyone recall anything special about the month of Shawwal? Eid, yes. The first of Shawwal is the Eid. Then you have Dhul Qa'dah, and then you have Dhul Hijjah. Dhul Hijjah, anyone remember special about Dhul Hijjah? The day of Arafah, or even Hajj. That's the Hajj season. Yes. Mawsimul Hajj, the Hajj season. Now, you see some of these are in red. 4 of these months are called Al-Ashhurul Hurum, the Haram months. Yes, the sacred months, the Haram months, Al-Ashhurul Hurum. Those are 4 months. One is apart. Dhul Qa'dah and Dhul Hijjah and Muharram, and then Rajab, which is separate. Why is it called sacred or haram? Because the Arabs used to not fight during those months. It was a violation to fight during those months. And Allah Ta'ala verified them as being sacred months in the Quran. In Surat, who knows? Who knows which surah? That Allah verified that those months are sacred months. Surat Tawbah. Yeah, Allah Ta'ala says, فإذا انسلخ الأشهر الحرم فاقتلوا المشركين حيث وجدتموهم, etc. to the end of the ayah. Also in other places, in Surah Al-Baqarah, الشهر الحرام بالشهر الحرام. That's Surah At-Tawbah, ayah 5. Dhul Qa'dah, Dhul Hijjah, Muharram, and then Rajab. Among what was said about these months is that whenever the name of a month starts with the letter Ra, then you have to put the word Shahr in front of it. Shahr means month. Shahr, Shahr. So it was said that you can say Muharram and Safar, but you don't say Rabi' al-Awwal, you say Shahru Rabi' al-Awwal, Shahru Rabi' al-Thani, Jumada al-Ula, Jumada al-Thaniya, Shahru Rajab, Sha'ban, Shahru Ramadan, Shawwal, Dhul Qa'dah, and Dhul Hijjah. I heard that from a teacher who was definitive about it. He's strong in Arabic language, but I didn't hear from other teachers who verified that. So what are those months there? Muharram, Safar, Rabi', Rabi'unil Awwal. There's a tanween there. Rabi'un. So there's 2 words, Rabi' and al-awwal. If you run them together, you're going to say Rabi'unil awwal. Rabi'unil awwal. And you would say Rabi'unil thani. And Jumada al-ula or al-awwal. Jumada al-ula. Jumada al-ula. If you run it together, you're just going to say Jumada al-ula. If you separate them, there's an alif. Jumada. Jumada al-ula. When you put them together, the alif goes. Jumada al-ula. And same here. Jumada thaniya. So that's about what I have. MashaAllah. Do you have any question about any of this?